Wednesday. It is live with ComicGains. If you're new to the show, I'm Adam.
I'm Zach, and this is the Princess Royal Highness, looking very lovely today, just like usual, doing that princess way. You do too. Bow down, respect, and of course, there's Coco.
The team mascot is in the house. All right, guys. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Happy New Comic Book Day. Woo! We've got a medium-sized amount of books here to talk about today. So, Princess was kind enough to run down to the local comic book store and pick us up our list of new comic book stuff, which it's a medium amount. We said like $50 or something like that. I think that's a pretty medial amount. So we'll go over the new books with you, how I'm feeling about the story so far, the ones I can remember, and as we promised you guys, we're going to be reviewing Ultimate Universe, if it's going to be X-Men, Black Panther, or Spider-Man, and until the team gets bored of it and they won't let me have them read it anymore. So we read Ultimate X-Men 2, came out today, brand new, so hopefully it will be a spoiler review, so we will be saying anything spoiler in there. I don't think anything happened that was too like, oh my god, but in case you want to read it first by yourself, just keep that in mind. And yeah, so a little bit shorter episode, but it's going to be exciting nonetheless. Before we get into any of that, though, we got a brand new drink to drink, right?
Yeah, non-alcoholic, because this is not my drinking day. We got Trader Joe's. Yeah, I was there for a while where every day was my drinking day, and I was having a great time. By then and now I was passed out, but it doesn't matter. Great time. So you got a Trader Joe's black cold brewed coffee, 100% Arabica coffee. Yeah. So, yeah, it says a lot of stuff on the back. I'm not going to read it. There's 10 calories.
Like read everything on the coffee.
There's 10. Wait, it's coffee, so why is there any?
There's always a little bit, I think.
No, what? No, unless it has sugar, there's zero sugar. Where does they get? Well, anyways, doesn't matter.
Be a little bit.
It's almost 10
bean.
It's almost 0 No, coffee has 0 calories. You can drink it.
It has 0 sugar, but I think it has calories.
No, coffee does not have calories.
Okay.
Normally. Yeah, look it up. You can drink it on a fast.
Look it up.
I will. You can drink it on a fast, and you'll be fine. Oh yeah, black coffee.
Is it
good? It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'm starting to dig black coffee a little more.
This is really smooth.
You know what else I'm starting to dig? All of our friends that made it out to the show today. Las Cruces, first here from New Mexico. How's it going? Sharky Marky from the Great White North. Our brother from another mother up across the border. We got Steve Sayer in the house, enjoying the jeans as always. Paul Stager, our dear and good friend, is here as well. Milt in the house already. He has already read X-Men 2 and ready for the review. Ciro, how's it going? Ciro, how's it going? Good to see all of our buddies here. I'm sure more people will be trickling in. Don't be tricking in. They will be trickling in. Just to remind everybody, this weekend has a huge event going on. Whatnot Con is happening. The very first ever. We got 2 signs. Woo! It's going to be through the 11th through the 14th. We actually signed up. We're going to be on the show. Zach and myself. We have a show on Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please come hang out with us. Whatnot sent us a big box of their really rare Whatnot Con exclusives. Princess can give you a preview of them, of a couple of them. We've been doing some research, figuring out like what the artists are and the print counts, and we found that a lot of people are selling them for a lot already. We are going to start them all at $1. There's some crazy stuff, so they'll only be available through Whatnot Con or through the people that decide to sell them early on eBay. I don't know how that happened, but it's cool. The Boris. Oh. But come hang out with us. It'll be exciting. Bobby, how's it going? Ooh, a cup of black coffee has 2 calories, Zach. Paul says so.
Lies.
Mic drop. Steve said he got Transformers 7. All right, you got Power Rangers Return, Thundercats, and Batman First Night. I was gonna read Batman First Night, and I ordered issue 1, and I never got it for some reason. Like our shop sometimes gets a little screwy with the DC stuff. I know, but I think they have like a different publisher, I believe, something like that. And like when I miss a book, I never go back. I'm like, I'm not gonna go back and read it. Kenneth Bird in the house.
I never go back to the comic shop.
And yes, also check our lineup out on Whatnot ahead of time. Zach is loading up some crazy Silver Age books that will all start at $1. We may add in some stuff that will blow your mind hole. Literally. All right, let's get into the comic books. This is what the people came here to see. Speaking of the devil, we've got Transformers issue number 7. Same book our friend Steve got. Daniel Warren Johnson. This is the first issue that Daniel Warren Johnson will not draw. So he was the artist and writer through the entire series so far, and which has been good. The new artist, I think, is going to be Jorge Corona. Will be the new artist on that one. I think they're starting out.
Jorge Corona.
Yeah.
Now the plot thickens.
Right. I looked inside. It looks kind of similar. He's definitely like sticking with the same artwork as Daniel Warren Johnson, but I think that was the end of the last arc, and they're kind of like drifting into a new one. They still have not shown Megatron yet, and you're just dealing with the other guys. I forgot that they killed the Beetle guy, Bumblebee. They killed Bumblebee like right away in the beginning, which was kind of like a big deal. They were like killed Bumblebee. So like they're like different characters are like following. There's kids that are like following the cars around. Think of like one of the last issues too. Like they needed more Energon, and like not Megatron, but Optimus Prime actually like absorbed a human to get Energon.
Like did kill the human?
Yeah, willingly. The guy went in there like willingly. Like Optimus Prime was gonna die, and he like went into his like that thing in his heart, and like it absorbed him, and he became Energon to like bring Optimus back to life.
Well,
weird, right?
The Transformers found another power source.
That's right. We've got more friends coming in. Thomas Cap's in the house. How's it going? And Mighty Mike, how you doing, man? He said Optimus with the Megatron arm cannon this week. Oh yeah. I know one of the issues recently, he got his arm like chopped off, and then he started beating people with his own arm, like as it was cut off. But for some reason, from panel to panel, they'll look like they're all destroyed, and then like a few pages later, they'll kind of look like they got like rebuilt. But it's interesting. Okay. Still a good story. It's like your classic Transformers story, just a lot of like action, more action, and then some more action. All right. I don't know. I thought this was cool to grab the first issue, but this is Rat City by Image Comics, and I think it's like a play on like Spawn 2099 or something, or like Spawn in the future. It's definitely Spawn, but like a different version of Spawn. So it's a brand new character, brand new guy that has the Spawn like
the hell Spawn,
the spirit in there
suit. Woo. Connected to his libido?
Yeah, along those lines, something like that. Name change in the house. Hola, and Sir Rick II says, "Thank you for the signed Dawn book, Princess, as a bonus." That's if you do buy books from Princess on Whatnot, almost 99% of the time you usually get an extra book, unless that 1%. You know who you are and what you did. No, I'm just kidding. There's nobody. But anyway. Rat City. I'll give it a read. I mean, I'm probably not trying to jump in the middle of the Spawn universe, but see what's up. I feel like it's always a good idea to get a number 1, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Number 1 is number 1 in my heart.
Right? Exactly. Next up on the list, this is like the weirdest cover I've ever seen. I mean, I've seen weird covers. This can't be the weirdest cover, but Amazing Spider-Man 47, and I feel like it's a John Romita Jr. cover. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the lines are like over. If Princess holds up close, if you look at like Chasm or whatever, Ben Reilly, like the lines are like overlapping. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird cover. I will have to admit, Spider-Man has been kind of good the last 2 books that I read. A little bit better overall. I don't know. Chasm and Halloween were not in them, and they're obviously in this one. So I don't know. Wells kind of like jumps around from like story to story. Like, we're doing this and we're jumping over this and we're back to Chasm again. I did look at the inside of this one because they had guest artists on the last 2 books, and there's a guest artist on this one, and it's Todd Nuck, and he is awesome, and it looks great inside. So I'm excited to read anything that has Todd Nuck on it. Got to meet him in person. He was actually super cool. Really, really cool.
He gave me a firm handshake.
Did he?
Yeah. He's like, you're gonna be a good member. So I didn't know what he was talking about.
Yeah, he joined a cult. You don't remember that?
I don't remember that. Todd Nut cult.
Mike Transformers is the best going today. The whole EU is amazing. The Energon universe. Yeah, I'm reading at least two of the series from that, the Void Rivals and the the Transformers. I know there's like Cobra Commander, G.I. Joe, and I think there's a Duke book too. Like 3 other G.I. Joe books. So we've got Miss Marvel, the Mutant Menace, issue number 2. It's a spin-off from the Fall of X series. Got the variant cover. There's a little baby Mojo on there. So Peach Momoko's doing the variant covers on this one. I got the first one, really liked it, and I'm going with the second one. This is co-written by Aman Vellani, so the actual actress who played Miss Marvel in the show. She's that big of a fan that she's like co-writing a book, and it's really good. They're kind of dealing with the aftermath of like the fact that she died and she got brought back to life because she turned out was a mutant, and then like they mind whammied everyone in her community to forget that she did die, so no one really knows. And then at the same time, everybody kind of forgot that she was Miss Marvel too, so they kind of get to start that over. Except her friend, who is
what? Oh, it's Squirrel Girl?
No, Bruno.
We don't talk
Yeah. Bruno, yeah. So I think Bruno's the only one. Deuce Boy. How's it going, Deuce Boy?
Who's Bruno again?
Her friend, her like human friend that works at the bodega. They have like that, like their like clubhouse. It's like the.
But they don't. Bruno doesn't have powers.
No. He's like the guy in the chair. He like searches things on the internet for her, stuff like that.
No one cares about the guy in the chair.
They do.
No, they don't. What's the guy's in the chair that for Punisher? He has a guy in the chair. What's his name?
Microchip.
What's his real name?
I don't know. His name's Microchip.
Oh,
dude, the fact that I knew his name was Microchip should be good.
You just know him from that Spiderman animated TV series.
I don't think he's in that, is he?
I think he's in one episode.
Probably.
But I don't even know his name.
Dr. Bonhu in the house. How's it going?
Spiral.
Oh, and you bought first print Invincible today? Wait, what?
Spendy book.
In a 9.2? Oh my God. Season 2 was so good. All right. Ooh, Milt says, Energon, the Ultimates, Ghost Machine spawn, getting to be a lot of universes to follow. And that was only half of them, Milt. You missed the massive universe too.
Don't worry, there'll be more.
Yeah. Everyone started, you're right, the Ghost Machine universe is the Jeff Johns one. I got into that at the beginning and I kind of got out of that one a little bit. That's like the Geiger and Junkyard Joe. Now there's like 2 new ones they added in too. But Junkyard Joe.
Huh.
Yeah, Miss Marvel. Check it out. It's connected to the Fall of X, so I'm sure it'll be over as when the X-Men are over, when their thing is over. But they are adding Miss Marvel into everything. I think she's everybody's like favorite character right now.
That's fun.
We got Thundercats issue 3. This is the David Nakayama cover. He's been doing a lot of Dynamite's covers for these throwback ones. Like he did like Darkwing Duck and Gargoyles and stuff like that. So he's sticking with them for Thundercats. I'm still liking this story. Finished issue 2. We're on issue 3. They introduced a brand new character that is a I don't want to say what they're like the cat people. What is their names? Thundercats. I guess. Yeah. Well, I guess is that the race? Is Thundercats?
No, I don't think
they have like another race name, right?
Yeah. But like Themyscira, but it's not that.
That's the hawk.
I know.
But anyway,
the cat
they find her like on the enemy ship, and she's like, "Oh, I was kidnapped, and they were holding me hostage on the ship." And she's never been in the cartoon before, so she's a brand new character they invented for the book. And Lionel's like, "Oh, I like this chick already. She should join the team, and she'll be like part of the group." And Panther is like, her story's not adding up. It doesn't make any sense. And he's like, no, don't worry about it. She should be on the team. And you kind of get this feeling like she may be bad or she may be good. And then at the very end, you get this hint that like she may be a plant from Mum-Ra. And like her eyes kind of like light up like Mum-Ra's eyes.
What the heck?
Yeah. So see how that ends up. Ooh. Oh, Nelvis in the house. How's it going, Nelvis? But I'm really liking the Thundercat story. It's paying off really well. And I remember watching the cartoon, but for some reason I don't remember that much about the overall story, so I'm kind of seeing it for the first time. But they're definitely following it loosely, and I still don't think we've seen Snarf yet.
No,
I've not seen Snarf.
That's weird. I think they showed it in the first episode originally.
Snarf?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
On the ship.
He's even on the first cover of the comic, but I don't think he's been in the book yet. Unless I totally missed Snarf. Or Snarf. Snarf. Doesn't he just say Snarf all the time?
Snarf. No, well,
Tempo!
he speaks and then he
Comic Bam!
says Snarf.
We may get
every...
some dog barks here in a second. We'll see how this goes. Dogs. There we go. Right on schedule. Protecting the house as it will be. All right. Next up, we've got Star Wars Thrawn Alliance issue number 4. This is the a co-written book by Timothy Zahn and I think it's Stephanie Hauser. I've been reading this whole thing. I read the last Thrawn series 2 just so I knew what was going on with this one. I like it and dislike it at the same time. I guess I medium like it, so to speak. It's doing this cool part where I thought was interesting in the beginning where they're showing Thrawn and Anakin hanging out as in the past as them two, and then they're also showing them hanging out as Thrawn and Darth Vader at the same time, and the stories are like interlapping each other. So like, and they literally went to the same planet that they went to before, which is why he's like recalling the story. And I thought it was really interesting that Thrawn doesn't realize that it's the same person and Vader does, but like it's just I don't know, it's not that interesting at the same time. As much as like I just want to learn more about Thrawn, which is kind of the reason like I want to read it. But we'll see. This one has Padme in it, which I think that has something to do with how they became like good friends, like either they have to rescue her or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So this is already based on a book that was already written as being adapted into a comic book. So you deal with the pressures of that, of having to adapt like a large novel into like a 6-issue series or something, or 5-issue series, whatever this one ends up being. Woo! Oh, Sal Rivera, what is up? Why doesn't Princess say anything? She saves it all for her Whatnot show. If you ever want to see her talk, you have to come hang out with her on Whatnot, and she'll talk your ear off. Sometimes more than you want, right?
Yeah. Oh, quick question. Someone asked.
Alfred, how's it going, Alfred?
Is Smurfs gonna be a comic book series?
I would not doubt it.
Okay,
It
so
would make sense.
For sure.
I mean, there's a Corella DeVille comic book.
Oh,
So like,
yeah.
why would Dynamite not buy Smurfs?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. They're called the Thundercats are called Thunderians.
Oh, you were close then. You were close.
Yeah.
Doc J, how's it going? What is up?
Thunder Squatters.
Thundercats. Oh, thank you, Doc J. Yeah, I got this at like
Almost
Ross or something for like $5. It's really surprising. Everyone loves the shirt too, and I'm like, yeah.
Get your gains.
Woo! All right. Okay. We're still in the Star Wars. I feel like there's a lot of Star Wars coming up, but Star Wars High Republic issue number 6. Crazy cover on this one, but this one has had some major payoff in the last issue. So we're still following. If you guys, I mean, I don't know how many people are reading Star Wars High Republic, but I'll break it down a little bit. We're still following the main character from the first series, Keeve Trennis, who was like started out as a Padawan, became a Jedi Knight, and then her master was like killed at the end of the whole series. Scree. They found him on this planet, and found out he was still alive, and so they're going there to like basically save him from, I guess, kind of the dark side-ish or whatever. But she's traveling with her 2 Jedi friends who are both twins. And they're kind of interesting because they've been kind of screwed with. I think one of them at one point lost the power of the Force. And anyway, when they get to this place, they're able to kind of... am I saying anyway a lot? You remember that? Anyway. I don't know. When they get there, they're able to free their master from... I'm trying to think of the names. There's like these creatures that are like these plant guys that were really bad in the first series called the Drengar. And they kind of like the Borg from Star Trek, but in a plant version. They like assimilate you into their group. And then you start growing like little plants out of you. I think I'm getting too deep into the Star Wars. But the second series, the Blue Topic series, really didn't have any payoff with the rest of it so far. And they finally introduced a character who was in the second series in this book. So they're finally like connecting them together, and that was a little bit exciting for me.
Yay!
Yeah, you know how it goes. You know how it goes. Woo! Quick, someone tell her a joke. There you go. Oh, Bobby, how's it going, Bobby? I think I saw Bobby. Okay. Could be talking about Star Wars. I can like just keep going, but I forget probably not very many people are reading Star Wars High Republic. They have to be, but you know they're going to as soon as the Star Wars Acolyte show comes out, because that's going to be all based on that. And I will be the only one who knows what's going on. Right?
It's always better for me not to know.
That's true. Knowing's half the battle. All right. Incredible Hulk issue number 11. And this is also Daniel Warren Johnson writing this as well. So the same guy who's writing Transformers. Supposed to be Nick Klein as the artist, which I've really, really enjoyed. He's been on hiatus, and the guest artist I have not enjoyed very much. But he's still fighting against this Frost lady who kidnaps people and then kills them and turns them into adults. It's really dark. Okay. It's kind of like a horror story so far. But Charlie, the little girl he's traveling with, got kidnapped by her, and he's trying to get her back. And she's connected to the Elder God, who's like ultimately trying to screw with Hulk. I think they're actually trying to like have him trade his Hulk powers in so that he can become mortal. And they're using like Betty Brant to try and like get him to trade his powers in. It's kind of like that Wolverine movie where like they like come across Wolverine, they're like, oh, you should trade your like healing factor in. You don't want it anymore. You got to be tired of it, you know?
Yeah.
And the person you give it to is probably going to use it poorly, so. Yeah.
Very poorly.
Probably really poorly. All right, okay. We got Carnage, issue number 4, Zach's favorite. Symbiosis, Necrosis, part 4.
So bad.
No, it's a good title.
It's so bad. Vote down below.
Yeah, if it's bad or not. Carnage is being, I think, written and drawn by relatively unknown people. Oh, she's laughing. You got her. I mean, that I am not aware of. It's like Gronbeck and Perez, but they're killing it. The covers on these are amazing. The story's pretty good. This is actually the protagonist we're getting to follow is Flash Thompson as Agent Venom.
That's cool.
And he actually got revived during the Donny Cates Venom run.
Oh, another Marvel character got revived?
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Anybody that has a symbiote can be grown back from their symbiote.
Or whoever has some golden balls can be coming back too.
Gold balls. Well,
gold balls.
Yeah, gold balls. Let's bring people back.
Plus Krakoa.
Yeah. That'll be over soon. But Carnage blasted through into the other world in the Venom story. So he's kind of with Venom fighting Meredith and all the other Venom people. And I think Cletus is actually left over here and is still like killing people for fun. So it's kind of a lot of like just killing people for fun, and Flash is trying to figure out what the dealio is. You know?
Yeah.
I like reading about Flash though. He's a good Venom. He's a cool Venom. No whammies. Woo! All right, and we got 2 left, guys. 2 left. We got Edge of Spider-Verse, Star Spider. This is the first appearance of the new Star Spider. They're also going to have Spider Weaver in there, who has been a character before. I think he's like if I remember correctly, Spider Weaver is like I think it's like a homosexual clothing designer Spider-Man. If I remember correctly, so interesting character.
And he makes spider suits for
like in his other multiverse, so he kind of looks like Dapper when he wears like his outfits. He's got some extra stuff going on.
And he says fabulous a lot.
Yeah, could be. But
anyways,
Star Spider is the new one in this one. We'll see how that goes. That last one was Spooky Spider. I actually really liked. I don't know.
Spooky Spider.
Yeah, it was weird. So like Carr Andrews wrote the last issue. Which he's kind of more of a famous artist, and I don't really know him as well for his like writing. But they basically, it's kind of weird that it came out right now because it seems like it should have been like an October book. But they basically took a spider character that has like the kind of like a Venom suit on it, but it's basically like if Jack the Pumpkin King was like Spider-Man, and the whole thing rhymed. So everything he said was like in rhymes, and I kind of appreciate that, how hard that was. And it wasn't like stupidly rhymed, it was actually like kind of smartly rhymed. So I don't know, it's kind of weird to read that way. And I know they had that weird Cinderella Spider-Man character who sang all the time, and like I liked that at first, and then it got really annoying when she was with other characters and she's like still singing.
Gives me something to say. Why do you talk that way?
Yeah, Spinderella. That her name,
Spinderella.
Spinderella. Yeah.
Ah.
And I'm like, okay. But I think this was supposed to be the first one to have a tie-in to the like Spider-Man 2099, like where he got nabbed by those people. So he may find out what's going on with those extra Gwens, right? The evil Gwens, the Gwenverse. So that leads us to our book of the week. We've been doing a lot of reviews on the show and actually really enjoying it. I feel like it's good to get everyone reading more books. You can't just collect them for the money. You can do whatever you want, but you should read. There's some interesting stuff inside these books. So we all read Ultimate X-Men issue number 2, and we're going to give you it will be a spoiler review. So if you really want to read it before hearing about it, you may have to watch this again. Skip this part and watch this again after. Yes. You read it, but don't do that. But you could.
Time management.
Yeah, so I'll leave it over to Zach. So Zach, you want to give I can open this up, give you a little thing here.
All right.
What do you think, Zach? First of all.
Well, first off, let's give a little quick backstory. About the Ultimate Universe. So Ultimate Universe came out years and years before. It was an alternate Fantastic Four, Ultimate X-Men, and all that. Universe blows up. I think Miles comes from it, so they saved a few characters. But, a lot of people died.
Hey, I have a few.
A lot of people died. Well, the Maker escapes. Maker is Reed Richards, but his face is all messed up. I guess something exploded, but he's really smart and really evil. He wears a helmet. So he goes into our universe, and then he makes another Ultimate Universe. But the catch is that he basically removes, either kills, take their powers, or whatever he had to do to take out key superheroes, right? All right. So that's it. And he lets the villains that he can control be part of this ruling council and some people underneath it. So that's the situation as of right now or recently. But a couple things happened. A few people were able to skip powers, but then they had to jump out of time or something. And they're only recently coming back, and they're strategically giving certain people back the powers. For example, Spider-Man, and for the Spider-Man issues, Black Panther already had powers, but I think
for some reason he didn't screw with Black Panther.
Yeah, he didn't mess with Black Panther. Yeah. And then of course some of the X-Men characters are starting to get powers back now, or at least one of as of right now, not counting this issue. So that's what's happening right now, and specifically in this issue, or specifically in this title, in issue 1, we got Armor, who's a Japanese character. I can't remember her name.
Yeah, it's Hisako.
And
Hisako. Hopefully we're pronouncing that correctly.
Well, she's a little depressed. Doesn't show powers until towards the end of the first book. But she's depressed. Her friend passed away, due to being bullied at school, suicide and everything. And she gets her powers when this shadow-like character starts showing up and wants to team up with her to kill all the bullies that bullied her friend. And she's like, no. And then the shadow thing tried to take her out or tried to hurt her and almost gets run over. But then she gets this armor, this energy thing goes around her. It looks like a samurai kind of like outline, and stops the vehicle. And so it shows that she has powers. Now it's kind of weird because she had a like keychain, I believe, that had like the same kind of like look to it. So we don't really know if it's a mutant power. We think it is. If it's a mutant power, or if that's her friend's spirit, or it could be anything.
We do know that like this character has been used before, so she has been in. Shows up in like Astonishing X-Men issue 4, I think. So she is a reused character. We're assuming she's a mutant, considering she's the main character of the X-Men book. But the Coco dance.
Anyways, taking that. So what happens is at the end of it, she's still like, what the heck happened? What kind of power is that? Who's this evil creature? And I believe one of the teachers that didn't like let the bullying happen the shadow creature kills that teacher.
Yeah, the coach.
In this abandoned school building. And that's basically the end of the first book. Loosely. We left some things out, so if you still want to read it, you can read it and still enjoy it.
Or watch our old episode.
Watch our old episode. Now, in this one, it starts with Hisako, I believe, having a dream. She's laying down in the bed. She's having a dream about, or a daydream about, her friend talking to her and like...
I think it's a boy, right?
Yeah, her friend.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a dude. I didn't say gender, but
Tsubasa.
I was like, and he's called bummed out, and she's like, what could I have done differently to potentially prevent this from happening? And then as she was kind of daydreaming about that, she kind of gets wrapped up back in reality. I believe this character goes, or the shadow creature like pops in her mind, and she kind of wakes up.
Psychedelic Comics, how you doing?
She wakes up.
Yeah, it starts out really slow, this book, yeah.
Yeah, she wakes up and gets bothered by this random lady that, hey, how's it going? I want to know you. My name is me.
I think it might be pronounced May.
My name's May, and she got white hair, and she got little lightning things right there.
Oh, thank you,
and
Sal.
And she's like, hey, what you doing? Is everything okay? I was like, oh yeah, I kind of want to go to this abandoned school. I want you to come with me. Just met her. And instantly she just like, let's go to this abandoned school.
Yeah.
Hisaki asks us, May, whatever. Correct me.
I think they're going to call her like May Storm, I believe.
And, reasons they wanted to go to school because Hisaki got a letter from the last book from the shadow creatures, like, meet me here if you want to know more, if you want to this and this. Anyways, giving her like, hey, you have to meet me here or else. And so like, all right, I'm gonna bring this other person I don't know into danger. I thought that was kind of weird. So they go to abandoned school.
I don't think she wanted to go there alone. She's like, don't make me go there.
Yeah,
alone.
but like this random person comes up to you. You don't know. It met like 5 seconds. So like, hey, you want to go?
There's definitely like, I feel like in the writing there's a little bit lost in translation or something. Kind of like sometimes the way the sentences flow,
Right.
Like
it's
definitely like Peach is writing it like in Japanese and then someone's translating it to English.
Yeah.
So
what I'm saying is like, let's say if I was,
it does seem weird though.
Yeah.
It's almost like a cultural thing where they're like, they don't even introduce each other until later. They're just like, let's go to this place. You know what I mean? I
think they like, I was like, what's your name? I think they say the name pretty much immediately. I think
she gives her name.
Oh,
but then she doesn't even say it. She doesn't say, like, May says her name, that she's May. And then she's like, yeah, I've been looking for you. You're the girl that survived the car crash.
Which is suspicious.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So my point of view is like, maybe someone said, that's not weird. Well, here's the thing. If I was laying down in the grass around here and someone walked up to me and it's like, hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you. My name is this. Oh, how's it going? Hey, you want to go into this Gaines territory at 7 p.m. at night? Hang out?
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, for one, I wouldn't ask that because I'm like, I don't want to potentially have this person hurt. And then the other person would be like, hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
I mean,
at least that's just me. I mean, maybe the other person doesn't know it's a danger, but at least in my part, I'd be like, I'm not going to ask someone to go into danger with me that I don't know. And if I did know him, let's say, hey, there's this creature making people kill themselves there, so just to let you know.
You better come with us.
And May's like...
I really like her design, though.
Oh, yeah, she's great design.
Yeah.
So, past all that, I just thought it was a little strange. Maybe you did, too. So, past that, it's like, May's like excited, let's go. Oh, danger? Let's go. Yeah, that's fine. Let's have some fun. It's like, all right, let's go walk around in the school, this and that, find the schoolroom, opens up. Actually, a cop finds them, and they're like, oh, we need to go to this room. The cop was like, hassling them, but then like the cop follows them, goes to this room, sees this black creature there, and black creature says, those two bullies, the boys that were bullying your friend, don't worry about them. They're gone. It's like, what the?
They've been taken care of.
And then we're like, oh no. And then they turn around and the cop isn't a cop anymore. It's like this
like worm face,
and then they run.
Like maggots falling off his face. I was like, okay, we got into like kind of this cutesy manga sort of thing, and then it like just takes these dark turns to like horror
Yeah.
horror book, which I think Peach is known for like she likes drawing like horror stuff.
She's really good.
Which, in case you guys didn't know, she's drawing and writing this full story, which has to take a massive amount of work.
Yeah, and then her powers. Oh yeah, and before May also kind of shows early that she might have powers. Like, I can make this thing operate without batteries. I was kind of
that was weird. She's like, "Don't you trust me?" It was like, I have this power, and then it was like pulled out this like dog that was crying or whatever it was doing.
Crying, or
was it a cat
dancing?
or a dog?
It was a dog.
Yeah.
Think so.
And she's like, "All right, I trust you." I'm like, "Okay."
And then so they start running. I think May, shoots the thing with air or something like that. So basically, she's Storm. She's like a little kid version of Storm.
Which I've heard from around the horn that there's gonna be Storm in the Black Panther book, which will be more our traditional Storm, like Aurora, and then this is like May Storm. So there's like a different Storm.
I think they're like going to be playing on the words of Maelstrom.
Maelstrom.
It's not going to be Maelstrom, but like that's what they're kind of like. It's Maelstrom.
Salami Man, welcome in. Jedology, how's it going? Welcome in, guys.
Maelstrom.
Liger, I see you in
Maelstrom.
there.
Kind of like a different type of storm, slightly, but it's kind of funny. So shoots the creature with wind, and then I think the creature tries to attack her, Hizaki, and then she gets armor and stops it, and I think blows the thing apart.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty much. Let's see if I'm.
It gets a little crazy. Like they both start using their powers.
Oh, the shadow creature tries to attack, not the worm creature.
Yeah.
And then her armor hits on, and she's like, "Wham! Stop it!" Yeah, I think it's right after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the armor is very well designed, kind of like energy suit, that samurai energy suit that left out really.
Yeah,
cool.
I like the character armor a lot. Then you get to that weird spot after that where like they show like this part was kind of confusing where who's this kid?
I'm still thinking it's the Shadow King, because now it's like even more connected to Storm.
Yeah, do you see his hat?
What's the hat? Oh, like
the hat and then the glasses.
Yeah.
Isn't that what the Shadow King has a hat like that?
I thought so. Yeah, it's one of those.
Or maybe Princess.
Well, I can't remember what it's called.
You got the dog.
Yeah.
Let's see. There you go. Yeah, so that's like the secret character. I'm not sure. That seems to be like it looks like it could be the Shadow King. I'm
pretty sure it's the Shadow King.
But is he the same as the little boy that took his own life? Or,
no, it shouldn't be.
Or they're just messing with him. But
yeah, and it seems like he doesn't really know who Hizaki is.
It's called a fez. There you go. That's right. Or I'd recognize him by the fez you're wearing.
Or maybe he's talking about the other girl. It's like, why do you seem familiar? Anyways,
yeah. Doesn't in the comics the other regular? This is a comic, but in the regular X-Men, isn't the Shadow King and Storm like really connected?
Yeah. He basically she was a thief in I think Egypt or Cairo
for the Shadow King.
And made her use her powers, and then eventually Xavier shows up and whoops the Shadow King's butt and brings Storm into the X-Men.
Yeah. Which then the book ends basically where she goes back to school, and surprise, surprise, May Storm is now going to school with her.
Convenient.
Which is a little convenient, like in a good way. It's almost
classroom.
Like she may know something, or she's there to like help recruit her to the X-Men.
Yeah.
Which it's getting better. Like I know I was kind of liking the first book a little bit, even though I'm not as big a manga person as like Zach or Princess. But you guys were a little like lower tier on this one. Did it raise it up after this one, or
yes,
you guys liked it a lot more?
It was besides a few things, which is understandable because of a slight translation issue. It was a very very well written story, and it's very eye appealing.
Yeah,
it was easy to track. Very smoothly.
Yeah,
and it made me excited.
Sometimes if you don't like a lot of words, it's nice too. Like you were able to just Peach draw a lot of picture. Like a lot of the panels were just really beautifully drawn pictures that kind of like said all it needed to say. She didn't have to like put a lot of words into it, but. Yeah, 2 was Milt says 2 was much better than 1. Mm-hmm. Does it raise higher now than Black Panther or Spider-Man, or still number 3?
I think it's a 4 in my opinion.
I mean like 3. Like, is it? How do you rank them out of those 3?
I think Spider-Man's still the best.
but this
I
might
think
be
it's
up there.
probably as good as Black Panther.
I think so, yeah. I think it's definitely maybe tied itself up. The only thing that was weird was like the lexicon in this one made no sense to me.
I looked at them like I'm not even looking at it.
But like
It freaked me out.
in the back of the first issue, they had this lexicon which basically explained some of the like Japanese like things like they had in the book that here in America we might not have understood, and it was really helpful. And then in the back of this one was the anatomy of a human body written like in Japanese, which she didn't do anything with a human body anatomy in the book. So it's like the wrong page or something, right? There's like what, like a frog in a jar?
Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense. I mean, the only thing that could explain it is right here. And
Yeah.
I didn't, like I said, ghost stories, blah blah blah. They're implying it's a ghost, or I don't know.
But anyway, good stuff. We're still sticking with it. This I was a little surprised about and had no idea that was coming out. But they're already doing the Ultimates is coming out. So I think they did that with the original Ultimate Universe. They basically broke off and did an Ultimate series where they like introduced you to Captain America and like I think there was like Giant Man, Hank Pym, and all that stuff. So we'll see. I was kind of hoping they would let this universe like grow a little bit before they do like a crossover, but it might be some kind of like crossover between all the Ultimate stuff. But we'll see where that leads us. But
very cool.
I'm glad you guys are liking it.
Yeah.
Enjoying getting them to read some stories up in the house. Yeah, I think the next big story we'll probably be like what is it, Blood Hunt, if I can get you guys. Although I'm a little bit wary how much many books are coming out. I've seen six number ones so far, which I only getting some of the tie-ins, not even counting like I think what is it, Blade and Moon Knight, and they're already going to be like a part of it. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Although I'd also like to throw out this, everybody, I noticed when I was going through the books today, the paper quality on Marvel was better this week than it's been. Maybe other people may agree with that as well, but the covers looked a lot better. A lot less wrinkling.
Maybe get some 9.9s.
Yeah. Anyway, just some updates for this weekend. Princess is out of town, going to a con somewhere near you. Maybe one of you, two of you, three of you. So check her out if you're at the con. And me and Zach will be by ourselves. So we will be making a Monday show solo without the princess. So it's just going to be us and Coco as well. So we'll have to come up with a good show for you guys.
Bring me back at X-Men 9.9.
There you go.
No, X-Men 9.
9.9? And X-Men, Giants is X-Men 9.9?
No, X-Men 9.
Oh, that could happen.
Yes.
Anyway,
please.
You guys have been awesome this evening hanging out. Let us talk about comics with you. As usual, do all the YouTube stuff for us. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let us know if you're still enjoying the Ultimate Universe as much as we are. I'm digging it. And Zach, you got anything else? Extra?
Yeah, you gotta share, and how you do that is... I'm just gonna make something up at the top of my head.
Wait, do you normally not?
Oh, sometimes I actually plan it out, and sometimes I actually just plan it out and make a nice, cool, make sense story, and I speak very articulately and very clearly, and I actually part some knowledge about sharing. This is not one of those cases. That's not how you get those gains. Just send a bunch of books to get 9.9. Everybody else is doing it. Pre-screen.
Yeah, and as the Liger said, X-Men 97 was insane today. I think that's what we're watching right after this. We're gonna watch that because it's been crazy. It's been awesome. Yeah. Right. All right, guys. Until we see you next time, stay safe and remember,
Get those gains.
get
Every single one.
Ooh, Coco wants you to get those games.
Yeah. Huzzah.
Bye, guys. Hey, Righteous Whisper.
Bye, everybody. Have a good time. We'll enjoy the night. Peace.
That's
and
too
love.
many pieces.
And all love. Too many gang
Just
signs.
negated the second piece.
Too many gang signs.
No gang sign.
No gang signs.